So it was the first day of 2021, and I was just sitting there thinking about what to do for my next video when Marcus tweeted this out. If you're an Indian football fan, you have seen this everywhere. The Nongdamba Naorem transfer controversy. The basic thing is that ATK Mohun Bagan refused to pay transfer fees for Nongdamba Naorem after they found out that he had an ACL tear. This is because ATK Mohun Bagan claims that Kerala Blasters intentionally sold them an injured player. They have also blocked Kerala Blasters' attempt to register Shubha Ghosh with the CRS. Now, neither of the clubs have come up with any official response, so all the discussion that is going on right now is just based on assumptions. First up, let's start with the timeline, or the timeline that I've recreated using information from various sources. From what we know, around the last week of December, we started hearing rumors that Naorem was unhappy at Kerala Blasters. At the same time, we also heard that Mohun Bagan were trying to sign Naorem. Later on, we heard that Mohun Bagan were willing to offer a transfer fee plus Shubha Ghosh to sign Naorem. On December 29th, Nongdamba Naorem was officially announced as an ATK Mohun Bagan player, and Shubha Ghosh went the other way. Then, on the first day of the new year 2021, Marcus tweeted out that Mohun Bagan were unwilling to pay a transfer fee for Naorem as they believe that Kerala Blasters intentionally sold them an injured player. This tweet has brought about a lot of discussion in various Indian football groups, and if you're an Indian football fan, you're seeing this everywhere. Some fans called it a shameful act by the Kerala Blasters management to sell ATK Mohun Bagan, an injured player. Some fans questioned on why Bagan never did medicals before signing the deal. We've seen a lot of opinions on this controversy, some defending Bagan, some defending Kerala Blasters, some staying in the middle waiting for some official statement before they decide whose side to take. What I'm going to be doing now is that I'm going to look into some of the opinions that were shared on social media regarding this issue and comment on them. I have to state beforehand that I'm a Kerala Blasters fan. While I'll try my level best to stay unbiased, I apologize for any unintentional bias on my part. So, now the first post that I'm going to be looking into is a post from the ISL Trolls. It has 3 paragraphs, and I'm going to be looking into each paragraph individually. The first paragraph is just dealing with the timeline. It talks about how Naorem was injured on 21st during training and that the Kerala Blasters management informed him that it was a minor injury. The second paragraph talks about how Kerala Blasters not only cheated ATK Mohun Bagan with the transfer but also put Naorem at risk with this move. Now, if Kerala Blasters did in fact hide Naorem's injury during transfer proceedings, and if they actually knew about the ACL, then it's something shameful and not something that I support as a Kerala Blasters fan myself. I really hope and I really believe, in fact, that Kerala Blasters would not do something like this. But there have been no official statements so far, so I guess we'll have to wait for that before we make some conclusions. Coming to the third paragraph, I just found it funny because the OP claimed that Kibu Vikuna intentionally sold an injured Naorem to take revenge on Mohun Bagan. I mean, that sounds a bit too far-fetched, doesn't it? I don't see any reason why Kibu Vikuna would want to take revenge on Mohun Bagan. He didn't really have any problems with Mohun Bagan, and it looks to me that he is happy at Kerala Blasters, so there is no reason why Kibu Vikuna would want to take revenge on Mohun Bagan. And even if he does hate Mohun Bagan, I don't think he is the type of person who would do something like this. I really don't think the OP is being serious here, and I think this paragraph was included just to rile up the fans to increase interactions on the post. So here we have something that I found on Twitter. I have cropped out the Twitter handle for privacy, and I will be doing the same for all the opinions that I'm going to comment on, unless it's by someone prominent like Marcus. The OP here has made 3 important points regarding this incident. The first one is if Kerala Blasters knew that Nongdamba Naorem had an injury. From what I could gather, Naorem's injury was talked about in various Kerala Blasters fan groups, but the talk was about a minor injury, not something major. It's quite possible that Naorem's injury was minor when he was in Kerala Blasters, but it aggravated later on. We do not know for a fact when Naorem got the ACL tear, so we'll have to wait for the medical reports and official statements. The next question was why Naorem started training with ATK Mohun Bagan before the medical reports came out. I think this is a valid point. Ideally, medicals should have been done before the deal was finalized, and even if they could not do that, they should have waited until the medical reports were out until he started training. The third point, and the most important of the three, is about Naorem's surgery and recovery. I really hope that Naorem's surgery and recovery is not affected by by the negotiations between the two clubs, and that the two clubs reach a consensus as soon as possible to help out Naorem with the injury. I don't think the issue is as simple as the tweet suggests. Even though the players have not been registered with the CRS, the players still have deals with the clubs and the clubs have deals with each other. So unless they're able to reach a consensus after the negotiation, I think the matter will go to the IFF. As mentioned before, Naorem was unhappy at Kerala Blasters, and the answer to this tweet is what every Kerala Blasters fan is searching for, and this could give us some insight into the current controversy. Now, this tweet we see two questions being answered by the OP. The first one being why no medicals were conducted for Naorem. He says that detailed medicals are not possible in a bio bubble and that a player undergoing medicals would have had to go into quarantine. He says that the source for his information is Ishfaq Ahmed, the current assistant coach of Kerala Blasters. Now, I don't really know if detailed medicals are possible or not while in bio bubble. I hope somebody can clarify that down in the comments. But I still think that some kind of basic medical could have been done before the deal was finalized. And the next question that the OP answered was how Kerala Blasters can give ATK Mohun Bagan an injured player. Now, the OP has answered that it is not sure that the ACL injury occurred at Kerala Blasters, and I agree with him. We do not know for a fact that the ACL injury took place at Kerala Blasters. Until medical reports and official statements come out, we can only make assumptions. So we'll have to wait till the reports come out till we make a conclusion. The OP also suggests that the Kerala Blasters medical team might not have been good enough. I don't really think that is true. This is because I don't think any ISL team will have a mediocre medical team. In fact, Kerala Blasters have partnered up with a hospital that has experience in dealing with sports injuries. So I do think that Kerala Blasters have a good medical team. So coming to the first point of this post, Jingan escaped without transfer fees. I don't really think ATK Mohun Bagan is to blame for that. Jingan was released by Kerala Blasters because he had offers from foreign clubs. And I believe that he would in fact have signed for a foreign club if not for COVID. ATK Mohun Bagan got lucky here with the Jingan deal. I don't really think ATK Mohun Bagan cheated Kerala Blasters. Coming to the matter of transfer fees, if ATK Mohun Bagan have officially signed a deal with Kerala Blasters, then they are legally bound to pay the fees. Naorem's injury will affect this only if they are able to prove that Kerala Blasters committed fraud. There have been suggestions from some Kerala Blasters fans that Mohun Bagan have brought up this injury just to avoid paying the transfer fees. This is based on the fact that ATK Mohun Bagan have not asked to cancel the transfer but only talked about not paying the transfer fees. Points 3 and 4 in this post seem to suggest that there is a full-fledged conspiracy on the part of ATK Mohun Bagan. Although bringing up the injury to avoid paying transfer fees is a possibility, the chance of a full-fledged conspiracy is too far-fetched. Sadly, the worst affected in this controversy are the two players Nongdamba Naorem and Shubha Ghosh. I hope the matters are settled as soon as possible so that Naorem can focus on his recovery and surgery and Shubha can get back on the field. So this has been my take on the controversy. Let me know your opinions on the comments below. This has just been my second video and I'm looking to improve. Any suggestions are welcome. If you like the video, like, share and subscribe.